Team, welcome to the channel, man. I'm stoked to see you. Today we're going to be doing a gear dump of everything that I carry in my backpack every time I head off into the woods when it's just Riggs and I, and we're going out, don't know what we're going to encounter, and so these are things that I always carry with me so that I'm always prepared for what may. Now I'm going to tell you that my loadout weight is 27 pounds. That's with meals and with 2 liters of water, so just bear that in mind as well. So it's not ultra light, but it's not ultra heavy either. And we're gonna talk a little bit about that as we go. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna get this pack strung up. Team, and make sure you smash that like button, because every time you do, a commie sheds a tear. And so when we're talking and considering weight, again, remember that my loadout weight 28 pounds. That's with water and food. Now, 28 pounds is not a lot of weight, but it's also not ultra light. If you know how much you pack out when you head out, leave it down in the comments below. So 28 pounds, this is something that I know that I could carry all day long on an extended trip. But of course, if I was going to go out for more than a few days, as you're going to see, I'm going to need a little bit more food. I do have the ability to procure and to purify my water, so I'm not concerned about that as long as I have a source around me. But if I didn't, then I may want to take out a larger bladder of water, which of course is going to impact the weight that we're going to carry. The more weight that you carry, the more stress that you're going to put on your body, in particular your knees and your hips. So you want to be mindful. I hear a lot of dudes out there talking about how they can go and ruck out, and carry 55, 65 pounds, and they wear a full kit and all this crap. Like, dudes, man, you got to be smart about this. I've been rucking for a long time. I know what my body can and can't take. And I can tell you, I've seen bodies break by carrying what I'm carrying with me now and just not carrying it properly and not rucking properly. So make sure you take care of yourself. So let's go ahead and dig into this pack. All right, so in the description below, you're going to find a link over to my Amazon influencer page for a lot of the things that we're going to be looking at in the pack. Probably not everything, but most of it. So we'll start looking at what we have up here in the top. Just a pair of gloves. Extra protractor, my Moonbeam, and I keep the batteries separate. Have my laser finder and an extra ink stick. Also, I have a whistle as well. Moving down into my exterior packs. This is a Kifaru Eastern Ruck. They don't always sell this rucksack, but if you can find it when they bring it back out, man, strongly recommend it. 2 exterior vertical pouches and then more of a horizontal pouch here. My pouch on the left side, make sure we got it all. I got 3 chem lights, right? 3 chem lights, a live straw, and then inside my eyeglass case here, I keep all my water purification tablets and some gloves. So just water purification tablets. And some gloves. Just a handy way for me to keep this organized. So on the left is basically my water side, if you will, which, if you guessed it, on the right is my fire side. So in here I got a Blackbeard. Haven't used this thing, but my cousin gave it to me. I don't have matches in here, but it does have some tinder. It's just packed full of tinder. Have a Bic lighter with some chapstick. Got to keep them lips supple. Some sandpaper. ferro rod and striker, and a Vaseline ball, right? Plenty of ways to be able to make fire. And that's just a little pouch I made up for it. In the bottom pouch here, I don't know why I have two sets of gloves, but whatever. Have a couple markers, right? Again, with some more duct tape on this one. I do have another set of gloves in here, right? This is a handsaw, right? Have a tourniquet, which is just a cat tourniquet. And this is not really a trauma kit. I don't carry a trauma kit in my backpack, but I do have some boo-boo scratchy stuff. This particular rucksack does have a couple hip belt, so I have a knife, right? And then carry a compass. I carry my rope to tie my pack up, and on my left side, got my notepad and pencil, a spork, and another hank of 550 cord. And then, you know, when I'm stepping away from the truck, I'll throw my keys in and just keep moving. And then underneath here right now, I have a light fighter tent. And that's probably 4 pounds of my 28 pounds. Off on my left side, have my fake Holtz Brooks, right? This is a Husqvarna hatchet. And then on my right side, I always carry a source of water. Right now I have my Grawl, or Grail, and it's full of water right now. If I don't have this on my right side, normally I'll have one of my other water sources here. But I always have quick, easy access, water source on the right. And then I always carry Leatherman or Gerber. I don't carry Leathermans. That's only because I have too many free Gerbers. And that's everything that is on the exterior of my pack, right? Going into the interior, this particular pack, once I have this open, I can dig in the top here, but it also has two side entry pouches as well. So I have a little hanging pouch here on the inside, which is good for some whatnots. Right now I just have some extra 550 cord. But it's a great place to keep some sunglasses or keys, things you don't want to get lost. Directly inside, I have two other containers for water. This bottle here is full and this one is empty. Try to always carry a stainless steel single-walled container. That way I can purify water and by boiling it. I also have a cook set with me. This is a fry bake, which I deeply love my fry bake. I wish they sold these things on Amazon, but they don't. And then inside, I got a fork, and I got my lid handle and a spatula, right? Next up, I got another hank of 550 cord. I want to say this is 50 feet of 550 cord. And I got a Shimag, always carry it with me. This thing has more uses than you can shake a stick at. Hey, now we're about halfway through. Man, if you're enjoying what you see, make sure you like it. Leave some comments down below. Let me know about what you think about what I'm carrying as well as what you carry as well. Next, pulling out, I got my Bahco Laplander saw, right? This thing has been pretty amazing. I have no complaints with it. And just a sheath I made for it myself. Also have a small waterproof bag in here, which is really just used to store some other 550 cord and cordage in some smaller hanks, particularly used for tying out some different things. Have a roll of bank line. Normally I don't always carry this much bank line, but it does come in handy for a lot of different projects. One of everybody's favorites is I have my baby wipes, which of course this is for when nature calls. This little canvas mat that I carry, and quite honestly, I waterproofed it by using some wax. Did it all, and it's just handmade. It's nothing fancy, but it is a great seat when it's wet outside and you want someplace to put your butt and not get soaking wet. Have another bag in here, again handmade, but in here I have some fat wood, some very dry kindling. You know, up here in the Pacific Northwest, can't always make the conditions to be what I want them to be, so I got to be ready to make a fire with whatever I'm given. The beanie, right? You got to be able to maintain a core body temperature. And last up is my field stripped MREs. I have 3 meals in here, which, depending on the situation and the circumstances, is probably going to last me, well, at a bare minimum, 3 days. But you know, in an emergency or survival situation, you know, I could make this last a lot longer. Eat a meal a day and call it good. Right, friends, so that's what we have in the pack. As you can see, we're covering everything from food, fire, water, shelter, some first aid, some navigation, maintaining a core body temperature, some self-defense. And so I think me and Riggs, you know, depending on the circumstance and the situation, depending on the scenario, you know, I can go out as is. I can take my pack off of my wall and I can head out, and the only thing else I may need to really think about adding is going to be that food source that we're going to want to eat in that fry bake. Again, man, if you enjoyed the content of it, make sure you leave some comments down below. That way we can continue to keep this conversation rolling. As always, man, I appreciate all you guys, man. And until then, you stay out there and you stay stoked.